Jen, as shown at the beginning of the Sweetheart movie, is who went rafting with her friends, but their boat has sunk due to a storm. Upon regaining consciousness, Jen finds herself on an island by the sea. That's when she sees her friend Brad, who was badly injured, and he was bleeding. She gets very upset and screams for help, but she is alone there. There was no one else. Then Jen takes Brad out of the water. Something sharp like a stone was inserted in his stomach. Then Jen somehow gets that sharp thing out of Brad's stomach. Brad asks Jen, "Did you see that thing in the water?" But Jen doesn't pay attention to him, and goes in search of water for her to drink. After going some distance on the island, she finds a coconut, after which Jen starts cracking the coconut with the stone. But it takes him a long time. She goes to Brad and starts giving him coconut water, but was dead till now due to Brad bleeding. Due to this makes Jen very sad, but now she couldn't do anything. After this, Jen starts exploring the island, during which she finds some items on the island. All that stuff belonged to a family that had stayed here a long time ago. Jen also gets some cold drinks and a matchbox from there. At the same time, he hears some sound. Following him, Jen sees a hollow tree, inside which a bird was making a sound. Then Jen comes to Brad's dead body, and covers it with some leaves. Now it starts raining during the night, so Jen goes to spend the night under a tree, and starts collecting some rainwater for drinking. In the morning, Jen finds some fish by the sea. While picking fishes, he sees a big fish, who was probably killed by some big creature. After this, she works hard and prepares the fish to eat. After some time, she goes to explore the island again, where he sees some grave in one place. Jen understands that this is the grave of the same family whose belongings she found. After seeing this, Jen also decides to bury Brad. That's why she buries Brad's dead body in a pit under the sand. Now Jen lights a fire at night and after cooking fish goes to sleep. The next day she is walking by the seaside. Just then she sees that a creature has eaten Brad's dead body, and the signs seem that the creature had come from the sea. Jen is terrified at the sight of this horrifying scene, and know that this place is so messed up. That's why she makes a wooden fang for her protection. Similarly, today's day and night also pass, but he doesn't see anything strange. The next day Jen goes fishing. Then he sees his luggage in the sea. Then Jen goes to the sea and tries to get her luggage out. During that time, Jen feels something strange there. That's why Jen goes down in the water to find. And then there he sees a hole of black color in the seawater. Seeing him, Jen panics and rushes out. In that luggage is Jen's new dress, which Jen changes. After this, she sits on the fire burning at night, and she is looking at the photo found from here. Just then, seeing an airplane passing through the sky, Jen fires flare to ask for help, but the plane has left from there. Yet Jen sees a large monster in the sea with Flare's light. Jen gets scared seeing him, and hides in the forest. He tries to find Monster Jen, but Jen's does not find him. After this, the monster leaves from there. In the morning, Jen comes out of the forest, and starts looking at the photo found from here again. Then Jen sees two eyes inside a photo. Now Jen understands that this place is very dangerous. That's why she tries to leave from there with the help of her suitcase, but she could not succeed in that. Jen decides to spend the night inside the hollow tree for her own safety. Everything was going on like that where the monster comes and tries to break this hollow tree. This frightens Jen, but the monster is unable to break this hollow tree and goes back to the sea. In the morning, Jen comes out of the tree, but Jen had not yet seen that monster. That's why she catches a fish bigger than the sea and hangs it on the shore when it is night. After this, she hides nearby and waits for the arrival of the monster, but then his eyes are fixed for some time, during which the monster also goes away with the fish. The next day Jen prepares to catch the monster again. Then he sees a dead body on the shore. When Jen goes to take him out, he learns that the dead body is that of his friend Jack. Seeing his condition, Jen gets terrified because her body was cut in the middle and there were many blows on her face. Jen brings out Jack's body and hangs it on a tree by the side. After nightfall, Jen hides again in the same way and waits for the monster to come out. After some time, the monster comes there and eats Jack's dead body. Seeing such a big and scary monster, Jen gets very nervous. The monster once gets too close to Jen, but he can't see Jen and goes back. The next day, Jen makes arrangements to spend the night at the height of the tree because the monster had now known about Jen. Similarly, today also passes. Jen is sleeping soundly at night. Then the monster comes there and starts shaking the tree, due to which Jen falls down and starts running from there to save his life, but being too fast, the monster surrounds Jen from the front. After this, Jane attacks him with her sharp wood, after which the monster picks it up and throws it away. Then all of a sudden the clouds start thundering. After this, the monster again goes underwater. In the morning, Jen looks at her feet. His leg was slightly injured. After that, she takes a bath and starts changing her clothes. Then he sees a raft inside the sea. Seeing this, Jen quickly rushes to him. Inside, Jen sees one of her friends, Mia, and her boyfriend, Lucas. After so many days, she becomes very happy to meet Lucas. When Lucas and Mia go to rest, Jen tells him all about the monster, but he doesn't believe her words. Then Jen shows them the photographs they found from here and also narrates what happened to Brad's dead body. Mia is deeply saddened to hear of Brad's death. Apart from this, Jen also shows Lucas his black blood smeared on his wood, but Lucas still couldn't believe it. After this, Jen takes Lucas's pocket knife and goes fishing. Then she sees the pocket knife covered in blood, but Jen doesn't think much about it. After returning, Jen tells Lucas to get ready, because she wants to leave here before it gets dark, but Lucas and Mia were not ready for this. Jen still tries to fully explain the danger here, but then Lucas gets angry at her. Then Jen gets angry and leaves from there. After some time, Lucas and Mia start talking. Seeing the opportunity, Jen tries to run away with the raft, but Mia and Lucas see her and chase Jen and catch her. Meanwhile, Jen fights to free herself and hits Mia with a forceful foot. Then an angry Mia hits her with a pedal, causing Jen to faint. Upon regaining consciousness, Jen finds herself tied to a tree. Then Mia apologizes to her, as she only did it to stop Jane. Jen asks Mia to open her hands, but Mia refuses to do so. She says that we searched everywhere but we did not see anything anywhere. After some time, Lucas also comes there. Jen once again tries to convince them. After this, Mia leaves from there. Now Lucas tells Jen something about Jack. Then Jen asks what happened to Jack. At the same time, Mia is walking on the shore when the monster attacks her, and after hearing her scream, Lucas goes to save her and tries to beat the monster, but the monster throws him to the ground. Here Jen frees herself with all her strength and comes towards these two, but the monster now leaves from there with Mia. Just then, Jen comes there and both of them run towards the forest with Lucas, and both spend their night on the tree in the forest. In the morning, Lucas looks very scared. Then Jen tells him that she hasn't seen the monster outside during the day. By now Lucas had also believed in Jane's words. That's why both collect some things for themselves and start going from there by taking the raft. Just then, Jen sees a lot of blood inside the raft. He suspects that this blood belongs to Jack, and Lucas and Mia must have done something wrong with him. Now both of them start evicting from there. At the same time, the monster starts attacking their raft. They break the base and start coming inside. Lucas then tries to drive the monster away by lighting flare lights. Both think that the monster is gone, but the very next moment the monster starts going down with Jane. Then Jen takes out the pocket knife she has and attacks the monster. Then the monster, being wounded, leaves him, but he goes inside his hole with Lucas. Now Jen can't do anything and saves her life. She comes out of the water. Now he didn't even have a matchbox and it started getting extinguished, yet Jen manages to light the fire with great difficulty. Now he had decided to face the monster, but before this she writes down everything about the monster in her comments, so that if he fails to kill the monster, so his comments may be of some help to the people who are stuck here. Jen builds a circle of wood and grass near the forest, and from the bones of the dead bodies there, makes some sharp weapons. Now the monster comes out as soon as it gets dark. Jen had placed some pieces of fish in a circle of wood, with whose smell the monster goes there. Soon after, Jen sets fire to all around the monster. Now the monster gets caught in the middle of that fire, and Jen starts attacking the monster continuously with sharp wood and bones. Meanwhile, the monster catches her, but this time Jen injures her very badly and runs away from there. But still monster doesn't give up on Jane, but after some time he falls down, but this time he was badly injured. Jen then kills him and decides to cut off his head and take it with her in order to make people believe what happened to him. And with this the film ends here. So friends, if you like my style of explaining the movie, then definitely like the movie and subscribe the channel. See you again with another movie only at Movie Analyzer channel. Thanks for watching.